I'd say that, XRP is probably one of the less exciting picks as of right this very moment because, you just have us hovering, basically just below the previous all-time highs there, right? We've done quite a bit of analysis on XRP. We know that the next immediate upside is 450 to 620 based on the more recent range in here. But again, I think if I had to really pick one of these, I would say that probably HBAR is the better pick back here. It's pulled back more appropriately. It did do the retest back here from August 1. You're not hovering too horribly far away from that May 12 high here from 2025. I think HBAR probably has the overall best upside. When we even look at the 2025 high in here and then the 2025 low, set around the 12-13 cent area, right? We get upwards of at least even short term here, 57 cents to $1.29. So that's upwards of 130% to almost a 400% move just based on that more short term range in there. And again, if we back out and we look at the larger range that's intact, which, again, you bring up XRP in this instance, we're talking about very dismal gains at this point. Let's back this up there. Right, we're seeing upwards of almost $2.30 there for HBAR, which we have talked about in the past. So that's upwards of an 8x opportunity in there. Just to remind you guys, the XRP situation here, they come out to the 3-day, even though, again, maybe we see our expectations exceeded, that's fine, but we have averages that allow us to be flexible like that, being somewhere close to that $13, $14 region as that actual top in there, which is only a 3.5x from current market. So overall, I think HBAR is the better pick right now. We can take a quick look at XLM just to show you guys what's going on, but I will show you my bone to pick with XLM, and it has to do with the imbalance that was created. So you came pretty close to testing these tops in here. You didn't come all the way down to test them. Even after this break here, you should have tested at least 32, 33 cents. So it's really just not as big of a or rebalanced of a move in my opinion. And you're seeing about the same here from HBAR and XLM to those next levels of interest, but HBAR is a little bit more concentrated into its accumulative zone where XLM is a little bit more elevated. So although they're similar, XLM has a little bit of downside risk. So it's completely up to you guys on obviously how you want to play all this. Can we see some of these targets exceeded here and blow off tops happen beyond that? Yeah, of course. How much can you sell into those blow off tops? So I think that's the most important thing we have to remember here. When you go to sell, right, you're not going to be seeing that spike and singing kumbaya with your friends and saying, hey, we're all going to sell this blow off top together. You're going to start to double doubt your plan and start to say, oh, well, if it triples again from here. So I always go based off of the 4.236 being like, hey, this is top end of expectation, goes beyond this, fantastic. You guys decide what percentage you want to keep beyond that. But XLM and HBAR pretty similar risk to rewards, but HBAR a little bit more structurally sound in my opinion. So again, a little bit of a nerdy analysis there, and that's unfortunately how I approach this through and through for the last 4 years, but I would definitely go with HBAR over XLM in this opinion.